So PBC Fox, the 1st of June also, is the same night as Joshua Ruiz. Devon Alexander versus Ivan Redkach Bill. But starting off with the heavyweight bout. That was between...
You're never going to pronounce that.
Honoriod Ithwariam.
Oh, okay. I'll shut up then.
Versus Rodney Hernandez. And I was a big shock on that undercard because Rodney Hernandez coming in with 12 wins, 7 losses and 2 draws. Stopped the hitherto unbeaten Honoriod, the Godzilla, 6'7", stopped him in 1 round. And he started off with the Godzilla, as he like to call himself, jabbing freely and seemed to be doing a pretty good job. But Hernandez just tucked up and caught him somewhere on the mark of about 2 minutes 50 seconds, and just came out of nowhere. And Ithwarian went down. He sort of just about beat the count, got up and wobbled, and he got stopped. And that was it.
Oh,
so it was,
that's a shame.
The commentary did say, like I agree with as well, he should have let him go because the bell went just soon after. If he had given him the minute's recovery, he could have seen what would have happened, because he did complain as well. So it is a shame he didn't get the chance to sort of get into the second round and see what happens.
I don't know. I think we better off without him, because his last fight he fought a guy who'd had 2 fights and both of them were losses.
Yeah,
he's a former. Yeah, and then 4 fights before that he fought a guy with 3 fights who had 3 losses and no wins. So this is a former Olympian matched up like that. I'm glad he got knocked out.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere. Perhaps he'd be an opponent for the up and comers now.
Yeah.
So that was that, and the other fight they saw was Marlon Tapales KO3 Roberto Castaneda. Both these guys have been on the circuit. Tapales, look, he's a former bantamweight champion, and he's making his name now as a featherweight. And Castaneda, he's a sort of a gatekeeper now. He's been a good fighter in the past, but he's on the way down, I think. Well, Tapales just hammered him for 3 rounds, put him down in the first, and the referee seen enough by round 3, so he pulled him out. But I'm not sure if Tapales if he should go to 122.
Look at his record. He hasn't lost for 6 years.
Yeah, he's quite a talent, sort of like a Manny Pacquiao sort of look, but obviously southpaw as well. So yeah, he's good. He's worth watching. He's exciting, and I think that's why he's in America.
He's 27, really young.
And you got the guy who just beat Castaneda. He's beat him with loads of fighters. He had a draw in his last fight. He lost on points with Jonathan Guzman. So a lot of people have beaten him. Have either beaten him late or they've beaten him on points. So it's a good result.
Well, this Marlon Tapales, he's 27 years old. He's been a pro for 11 years.
Yeah, he's had a few fights now, hasn't
he? It's crazy that, these 27-year-olds and they're veterans, whereas our fighters over here, they're 27, they're 2-0 or something like that. This man's had a full career.
It's a lot of people to feed as well in those countries.
It seems that way. It is. Yeah.
So the other fight there was for me then was the co-main event, which is Devon Alexander versus Ivan Redkach. Both basically 2 southpaws.
Jones Jr. was in his corner when he was trainer.
He did Devon Alexander looked like he had a few of those moves. I had him winning the first round. He was busy. I kept it close, but they both sort of back and forth with this fight. And then Redkach was he found a left-hand combo and staggered Alexander round 2. But still an even fight. Then the third round was an accidental clash of heads, but no cuts. But what I did notice by round 3 was Alexander's work rate was more forced. He looked like he was forcing his work to stay in the fight. Same with round 4, and then Redkach seemed to make him miss a bit more round 5, and he kept pouring his jab in his face. He wasn't doing much. And then round 6 came the big explosion. Devon Alexander went down 3 times. The first knockdown was from the left uppercut, from the southpaw stance. Then the second knockdown was a clubbing left, it was partially blocked. And the third knockdown was a straight left, and then that was it. The referee, obviously, 3 knockdown rule, fight over.
But is that his career over?
I like to think so. I don't like this. Even though he looked good for the first 4 or 5 rounds, you could tell he's an older fighter now, and he sort of can't act the pace of these, especially welterweight. If he was a heavyweight, you'd probably say he'd go for a few more years, but against the fast welterweight, coming up from light welterweight, I think he's on his way.
He's only won 2 fights in 6 years. Mad, isn't it? How you have this opinion of a fighter, and I always thought he was top tier. And yet you look at his record.
It looks worse today's fighters because they don't fight so much. When you fight twice a year or whatever, it's like if you look back at the days when people would have 7-8 fights a year, you could put 7 fights on your ledger against sort of not very good fighters, but you're active and you're building for the bigger one. You know what I mean? So your record look good in it. Look good then, even if you get stopped by someone.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, he's. Oh my God, his record's awful. Two wins in 6 years, but it's only like 7 or 8 fights.
Yeah.
You could have buried those losses with a couple of wins, like you said.
Yeah, we see before like Shannon Briggs, he had a string of wins against sort of lower tier opposition, but at least you see, he won his last 10. Or he's
it wipes it clean, doesn't it? It's but he's only 32 years old though, so are we too early in saying it was the end of his career? Well, it obviously is, because to have only 2 wins in 6 years is a terrible record, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think his punch is just starting to go now. So, yeah, I like to see him bow out with his health. That's my thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, everything was going for him when he had that. It was a unification fight with
Tim Bradley. Yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't he win a unification fight as well? He was a unified champion.
No, he won a welterweight title, didn't he, as well?
He won WBC Super. Oh, right.
WBO, was it?
No, he beat Junior Witter.
As for the welterweight.
Super light. Yeah, this guy was almost being talked about in pound for pound circles. The belief behind him.
Yeah, 1 point.
And it's all that's a shame. Very, very much gutted for him.
Yeah, and then the top of the card, or co-top of the card, was Willie Monroe Jr., 1 on points, Hugo Santino. I had scored 7-3. It was a busy fight for about the first half, and then he sort of went his way. Then he went sort of south. I think it wasn't that impressive to watch in the end. So I don't know where either fighter goes from here. I think they're both gatekeepers now.
When you say Willie Monroe Jr., why have I heard Willie Monroe for?
Because his father fought Marvin Hagler 2 or 3 times. I think it's twice. Yeah, twice.
Right.
Or was it 3 times? I'm not sure exactly.
I would have seen his name on Hagler's record, would I?
Yeah.
So
that was that for that card.
So that's the California card covered, is it?
Yeah.
I'll stop it now.